Hi. I feel like I'm gonna sound really, really stupid. I'm Shawna. I have like 90% of you know. Maybe. I've been encouraged to vlog. I agreed to blogging, but I've been encouraged to vlog. So this is my first vlog. Yeah. So I guess I can start by why I want to do this whole website thing. I have small cell, oh my god, my glasses are bothering. I have small cell ovarian cancer, which is extremely rare. In the 80 plus years that they've been recording cancer, there is only 400 cases reported, which is not so many. So I want to bring attention to it. And sorry, I'm doing this with my headphones, throwing it back and forth. I'm nervous. I want to bring attention to it. I feel like if one person has it, it's worth the time. Just me. How I found out. One day, I was at work, Red Lobster, and now I can't see myself. I'm gonna go crazy. I was at work, and I got off at like 4 o'clock, and I had to meet my aunt at Sally's because I was supposed to color her hair. And on my way driving there, probably like a 10-minute drive, I got this like really, really sharp pain in on my side, on my right side, and I don't know what they're talking about me vlogging. And I got this really sharp pain on my right side. Started screaming while I was driving stick shift. Fun times. Can you stop? And I got really sharp pain on my right side. Immediately I thought, you know, I'm a nursing student, I'm a hypochondriac. Immediately I thought, appendicitis, oh my god, I'm gonna die. And I go to the parking lot and I call my mom crying, but I can't move. And then my aunt meets me there, and she sits in the car watching me crying. And then I call my dad, and he tells me to suck it up that I probably have a kidney stone or kidney infection. Nothing. I'm a hypochondriac. And then I call my mom, and she's like, yeah, I'll come up there. So she goes up there, and then I really can't move. And she's like, okay, I just want to go to the emergency room now. Crying, screaming in pain, you know, not fun. And then we get to the emergency room, and they take my temperature, and they take all my vital signs, and everything's great. So they're just kind of, and I wait there for like 2.5 hours, just in the waiting room. And they finally, they took me back once, and they were like, oh, we don't have a room for you, and then took me back again. And then once I stayed, started running all these tests on me. I literally could not move. Like, it was painful to get up and walk to the bathroom. And the first test they did was an ultrasound, and I want to get into like labor delivery and stuff, so I kind of like did my research on ultrasounds and like what different things look like. I mean, I'm not professional or anything, but did some research. And during my ultrasound, I knew what organ she was on because she was like annotating on the computer. And when she got to my left ovary, I saw that there was a big mass that's not supposed to be there. So when we get back to my room, I tell Mom, I'm like, I have a big mass in my left ovary. She's like, oh, you don't know, you're not an ultrasound doctor. Just shut up. And I was like, okay. And then 30 minutes later she comes in, she's like, you have a 12 centimeter mass on your left ovary. I just look at my mom and she's like, oh, shut up. And so then they sent me for an MRI. Yeah, for an MRI. And they did that. They just wanted to get a better look at the mass and what it was and where it was and all that fun stuff. And in the MRI, it said that it looked benign, which doesn't really mean anything, I guess. And then they came in and started pushing on my stomach. Mind you, all of my pain is on my right side, and they're talking about my left ovary, so it was really weird. And I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. They came back in and they started pushing on my stomach. And they couldn't feel it. And with it being 4 inches, and it circled, like, if this was my ovary, it, like, hugged it. So it wasn't, like, here, it was hugging it. And they couldn't feel it, which is really weird. And then Dr. Sims came in. Well, they said that they were going to call somebody that's more specialized. So they called Dr. Sims, who is a pediatric OBGYN. And she looked at me and looked at all my stuff, and she was like, yeah, you're gonna have surgery. And by the way, Dr. Sims is like the best doctor ever. I love her to death. I still talk to her through this entire thing. And she's like, yeah, we're gonna have surgery. And it was supposed to be laparoscopic, which means that they just make 3 little incisions in my stomach and put cameras in and just kind of cut it out. And then she's like, worst case scenario, I cut you open C-section style and remove your ovary. I don't see that happening. And then I go to surgery, and I went to surgery, and they're still talking about me, which is making me nervous. It's not nice. And I went to surgery, and they cut me open, and they realized that I had 1,200 cc's of blood in my abdomen, so they couldn't really do anything because of all the blood. And just to let you know, 1,200 cc's is like 3-ish standard water bottle blood. I've lost about 1/3 of my blood sometimes. And they cleared out all the blood, and then they saw that the tumor had cut off the blood supply to the tumor itself and to my ovary. So when Dr. Sims removed my ovary, it literally fell apart in her hand. And when she saw that it was a tumor and not a cyst, like they had thought, she cleaned me up real good, because tumors are no fun, you know, first thing they jump to. And then they pulled it out, so I lost my left ovary. And then they had me on some really good drugs. Like in the hospital, I was like doped up. Like the day after my surgery, when I could stay conscious enough, stay up long enough to like talk to somebody, I made them take me off of it, because I don't like that. They had me on, starts with a D, I don't remember. Really strong drugs, stronger than morphine. And they had me on a pump. I could press it every 6 minutes. They looked at it just to look at it, and they were like, yeah, it's cancer. So right after my surgery, I knew it was cancer. But there's different types of cancer. Did you know that? I didn't know that. And I was in the hospital for 4 days because I have incisions. I guess I can show you my incisions. It's kind of weird, but I'm sure you're gonna wonder what they look like. I have one down here, and then yeah, I got this nice pretty bruise from all the blood that was in my stomach, and I've got one right here, one on my belly, and one on the other side. This is really long. I hope I don't bore any of you guys. And then to make a long story short, they came in Tuesday, which was the 2nd, and told me that it was small cell. They kind of knew it was going to be bad or worse. There wasn't really any upside. And that was the worst. Because I guess, so what I've been told, I'm really afraid to Google this. Don't Google this. Like, any of you watching this, like, don't Google it. It'll scare the crap out of you. And so I've been told that, this cancer, and like I said earlier, this cancer, in 80 plus years of recording cancer, there's only been 400 cases recorded. And lately it's starting to pop up in more and more girls, I guess. I'm 17. And Orlando Health, they told me that they had one other girl a year and a half ago, the exact same thing, and she was in her early 20s. And then they had one at, I think it was Orlando Health Houston, with the exact same thing, and she was in her early 20s. So, because it's so rare, they don't really know what to do with me, because, you know, I'm just a weirdo. I can't even have normal cancer. And so they're just kind of wanting to plug some things into me and try it out and see how it works and scary stuff, which is one of the reasons I'm starting to look into St. Jude Cancer Research Children's Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee, because I feel like if I'm going to be a test dummy, I'd rather be a test dummy at a facility that specializes in like weird and unusual and kids than a facility that just kind of is cancer, because I feel like cancer is way too broad. Obviously, if they have no idea what to do with mine, and there's 100,000 types. So that's the cancer part of it. I got new tattoos. One on my left arm, it says strong, because it's the side that I lost my ovary on. And then this one says beautiful. You know, just things to look down. It's like the first two things. Anytime I tell somebody new, it's the first two things they say about me. So I decided to put them on my wrists, because, you know, I'm sure I'm going to be doing a lot of looking down during chemo. My hair looks kind of cool. And, oh yeah, I got one on my back. I don't know if you need. And, oh, by the way, these headphones are on my neck because my mic's right here. So if you're wondering why I just got some random headphones on my neck. I've developed a new favorite word, Murp. Murp is good for pain. Murp is good for stress relief. Murp is good for killing awkward situations. If I tell somebody and they don't know what to say, I just go Murp and walk away. Or like when I got this tattoo, the beautiful one, oh, that one hurt so much worse than any of my other tattoos. And through this whole thing, I'm going Murp, 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 ow, Murp. But, yep. I really, really would like, at this point in time, I'm trying to talk. We're doing research on it right now. We're going to St. Jude. I'd really, 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 really like that. I don't know. I had a sign from God to go there. So, I'm looking into it. And I think that's how I'm going to end my first vlog, because this is going to get a little awkward. So, hopefully I didn't bore you to death. Maybe. Oh, but I'll post links to like all the hospitals and all the doctors and everything on this page. And I'll keep up with it best I can. Not a lot of time on my hands, so might as well. But yeah, if you guys want to share this and stuff, because I really just want to get not so much me, but this cancer, because I've always think it's crap that if it doesn't affect the large population medically, then it's irrelevant. And I feel like 400 cases is more than enough to start some research. So that's what I'm trying to do. So on that note, Murp.